This is the evening news for Friday, August 15, 2014. I am Ruben Stobie. Thanks for joining us. Making the headlines tonight, PPPC fires back at GECOM by providing evidence of list padding. Kanu discovers submarine in Guyana's waters, links it to narco trade. Police arrest 75 following countrywide searches. U.S.-Canadian investors interested in petroleum ventures here. Still no word on probe into remigrant scheme, and Guyana Society for the Blind secures 82% pass rate at CSEC. Now for the news in detail. Chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission, Dr. Steve Surujbali, says the People's Progressive Party should provide evidence to support the claims made against the electoral body. Alexis Rodney reports.
Surujbali, during a telephone interview with this newscast last evening, said that Rohi's claims that the electoral body has evidence of irregularities from the ongoing claims and objections period need to be proven. Surujbali said that the evidence is sterile if not shared with GECOM. He said that his experience with the Elections Commission over the years has shown that political parties always claim their receipt of evidence. However, these are never shared. If this is done, he explained, then all concerns could be addressed. Addressing the increase of over 78,000 new registrants on the voters list, the GECOM boss said that the issue has been an ongoing process during several cycles of registration since it began in 2007. Since the commencement of this new cycle of claims and objections, there has been a stark increase from 11,000 to 78,000 new registrants on the voters list. One of the immediate explanations for this increase, Dr. Surujbali noted, is the decision by the Ministry of Home Affairs to issue an increased number of birth certificates. He said in such an event, it will be expected that persons will seek to become registered. The People's Progressive Party, through its Secretary Clement Rohi, has made some allegations against the Guyana Elections Commission, claiming that its claims and objections period is flawed. The party had late last month signaled its discontentment with the move by GECOM to move ahead with the claims and objections period, although some persons were not properly registered. For the evening news, Alexis Rodney.
Firing back today, the People's Progressive Party submitted a formal letter of complaint to the Guyana Elections Commission over allegations of list padding. Here are the details.
Executive Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Zulfikar Mustafa, says that the PPP has made an official complaint and will be sending more information to GECOM over the next few days. Mustafa told the Evening News that the letter was dispatched to GECOM earlier today, citing several irregularities on the preliminary list of electors. This comes after the PPPC had leveled accusations of list padding against the election institution, identifying several areas where the suspected padding has taken place. The list padding was allegedly concentrated in areas that are considered to be opposition strongholds. But newly appointed Deputy Chief Elections Officer Vishnu Prasad said that while he is defending the institution's database, he will not be responding to allegations of a might-be nature. Prasad said that GECOM will await the report that is to be forwarded to them by the PPPC before making any formal response to the allegations of list padding. GECOM's chairman had also urged that the PPP provide some amount of evidence to suggest discrepancies by the electoral body. Shania Singh for the Evening News.
A recent discovery of a submarine in Guyana's inland waters has led customs and anti-narcotics officials to believe that the sub may have been built in Guyana. Here are the details.
Officials at the Customs and Anti-Narcotics Unit believe that a recently discovered submarine was built in the Waiani area. A release from Kanu today said that along with the vessel, camp was found some distance away. At the camp, officials found a workshop with several power tools, paint and fiberglass materials, which lent to the theory that it was locally constructed. Joint services also found living compartments that could accommodate 12 persons and kitchen areas. The vessel, which is described as a self-propelled semi-submersible vessel, is believed to be used for the transport of narcotics. The submarine was outfitted with a diesel engine and a steering wheel. The release said no illegal substances were discovered at the site, but investigations are ongoing.
Some 75 persons were arrested Friday morning as the Guyana Police Force carried out cordon and search operations in A, B, and C divisions. This is according to a release sent out by the Police Force's Public Relations Officer, Ivla Whitaker. The exercise carried out in A Division, that is the Georgetown East Bank Demerara area, resulted in a total of 26 buildings being searched in central Georgetown, Sophia, and at Caneville East Bank, Demerara. During these searches, 50 men and 6 women were arrested pending investigations into various offences, including robbery under arms, trafficking in narcotics, and break-and-enter and larceny. Additionally, the police discovered an unlicensed 16-gauge sawn-off shotgun along with 695 grams of cannabis sativa and 9 grams of marijuana. Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohey this morning awarded several members of the community policing group for their outstanding voluntary work. Here are the details.
Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohey handed out several awards to members of the community policing group who have been performing exemplary well in their voluntary work. The awards were handed over by the minister in the boardroom of the Home Affairs Ministry on Friday morning. Rohey commended awardees for their voluntary commitment and dedication towards serving the people of their communities.
It is precisely this aspect, the voluntary aspect. People prepared to give back something to their communities, to give back something to their country that matters. Too often we find people asking the question, is what the government doing? What are you all doing for me? But when you ask them, what are you doing for your community? What are you doing for your country? You just don't have an answer.
According to the minister, such commitment by volunteers is the bedrock for successful and effective community policing work.
So 1 hour of commitment and dedication manifested through the ranks of community policing is precious. Every second is precious, every minute is precious, every hour is precious. Because in the converse, every second is precious, every minute is precious, every hour is precious, every day is precious for every single Guyanese who live in this country.
The Home Affairs Minister noted that community policing services have come a long way since its establishment in Guyana and have even become the most effective community policing service in the region. He further told recipients that these awards are incentives for them to continue their good work.
If you get your award, see this as an incentive to do more. It's not to say that now you're qualified and I am awarded and that's it. This is what you call an incentive. And an incentive means to do more. That you must now play a more outstanding role in community policing, in your communities, etc., in respect of executing the legal functions of community policing.
Rohey applauded awardees for their outstanding work and encouraged them to recruit more personnel in order to strengthen the CPG capacity. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikshan.
If you have a news tip or news story you would like our news team to follow, message us or WhatsApp telephone number 680-9630 or 600-3117. You can also call us at our office 231-0382 or 226-2102, 223-7230 or 223-7231. Stay tuned to the Evening News. Thanks for staying tuned. The Guyana Power and Light Inc. is reporting that the link between Garden of Eden and Sophia was disconnected this morning when both sections of the 2 transmission lines from Golden Grove and Garden of Eden were struck by lightning. Here's more.
The utility company in a release said that simultaneously the transmission line linking the Demerara and Berbice systems from Anvawak to Caneville was also affected. The sudden loss of generating capacity from the Garden of Eden stations and the capacity available from the Skellon factory resulted in overload and trips on machines at the New Kingston station. As a result, there was a total shutdown within the Demerara interconnected system, while one feeder from Caneville to Auckline was taken out in East Berbice. The first set of customers between sections on the east bank of the Mabara was repowered at about 8:45 hours, while the link with Berbice was re-established at approximately 900 hours. By 9:45 hours, power had been restored to all consumers. The company says it apologizes for the inconvenience caused. Customers are, however, encouraged to report any faults in their areas. For the Evening News, Alexis Rodney.
Nexen Energy ULC, headquartered in Calgary, Canada, and Esso Exploration and Production Guyana Limited have expressed an interest in opportunities for petroleum ventures in Guyana. This was communicated to Natural Resources and Environment Minister Robert Pessard during a meeting on Friday. The U.S. and Canadian investors also have on its agenda meetings with key agencies and commercial sector stakeholders as they seek to become acquainted with the various aspects of policy and business landscape in Guyana. Meanwhile, Esso Exploration and Production Guyana Limited are operators for the Stabroek blocks offshore Guyana, where exploration activities are being undertaken. With each passing day, Guyana's remigrant scheme is prone to fraud and advantage by unscrupulous persons. A probe was launched into a scam involving GRA officials, but up to today, there has been no update. Here are the details.
Almost 2 months after Foreign Affairs Minister Caroline Rodrigues-Burkett had announced that a probe into and review of the remigrant scheme was underway by the Auditor General's office, there has been no update on the issue. Currently, the Auditor General's office is conducting an investigation into alleged scams involving senior Guyana Revenue Authority officials and some remigrants regarding the misuse of the scheme. Some overseas-based Guyanese are apparently taking advantage of the scheme, whereby they are importing vehicles and personal effects into the country, but are not remaining here, as the scheme requires. Attempts to contact the Auditor General Deodat Sharma were futile, as numerous calls placed to his cell phone went unanswered. The Foreign Affairs Ministry has been forced to revoke the remigrant status of several persons under the program.
A 34-year-old woman of Lot 1960 Diamond Housing Scheme was today placed on bail for a simple larceny charge. The defendant, Indira Mangru, is a supervisor at Tulsi Prasad Limited. The charge alleged that on August 11 at the said company on Lombard Street, she stole a quantity of items valued $24,000. She pleaded not guilty. There were no prior convictions for Mangru, nor was there any objections to bail. She was then placed on $75,000 bail and will return to court on September 2. Guyanese students with disabilities have performed exceptionally well after they wrote this year's CSEC examinations.
The 10 students of the Guyana Society for the Blind who sat the Caribbean Examinations Council (CXC) examinations earlier this year were thrilled when they received their results. The students, despite their disabilities, were able to write English A, Principles of Business, Social Studies, Human and Social Biology, and Office Administration. The top student is 18-year-old Rosemary Ramit, who attained 5 grade 1s in the aforementioned areas, followed by Odessa Blair, who copped 5 grade 2s, and Vishal Mohaber, who attained 3 grade 1s, a grade 2, and a grade 4.
Everyone is talking about being on clouds. Well, I'm probably in some galaxy floating away still. But, you know, when this program started, I was like, okay, I'll do it, you know. I want to write CXC. I didn't get a chance to do it, so I'll do it. And then I came to this class, and then very quickly we all became a family. Everybody was very supportive of each other. If someone didn't know something, you know, we all would pitch in to help that person understand. And I want to thank, you know, Ganesh, Mr. Morris, Guyana Society for the Blind, you know, for this opportunity. And to the teachers who were like parents to us, you know, lectures and scolding and everything. And I'm glad that, you know, they pushed us. We crawled and we, you know, climbed, and we're here now, you know. And it means so much to me to be here and to accomplish these 5 grade 1s. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I screamed when I hung up the phone. So, you know, I'm just very, very grateful to everybody who supported me through this journey.
The CSEC program is the first one of its kind in the Caribbean and was fully funded by the Ministry of Education. It was officially launched on January 7, 2013, after the idea stemmed from the One Laptop Per Family project, which had led to a computer literacy training program in January of 2012 for individuals who suffered from disabilities. Shania Singh for the Evening News.
More news ahead. Please stay tuned to the Evening News. Thanks for staying tuned. Shadow Local Government Minister of the Partnership for National Unity, APNU, Ronald Bulkan, says the existence of the Bai Shan Lin Company in Guyana can be described as an industrial-scale corruption. Let's find out why from Alexis Rodney.
The Chinese Logging Company, which has been in existence in Guyana since 2007, has recently begun attracting severe criticisms about its operations from sections of the media and the civil society. The Partnership for National Unity today joined with the collage, describing the company as an industrial-scale corruption. The coalition's shadow local government minister Ronald Bulkan said the foreign company is having a freeway experience with opportunities that are not afforded to Guyanese taxpayers.
Here we have a foreign company that is, by invitation, operating, extracting our natural resources. They're in the process enjoying significant duty exemptions and tax concessions which are not being made available to the public.
Bulkan, who says he has experience in the timber industry, noted that the company continues to operate, breaking all the rules, including the national policy published by the Guyana Forestry Commission, which requires that a processing plant be established before the harvesting of forest resources.
The most basic deliverable that should be we should enjoy in return is that there be local processing or in-country processing of this raw material, that it should not be allowed to be exported in its unprocessed form. And this is what is happening. So they are enjoying all of these benefits, and as a nation we can see what benefits the country is enjoying.
Bulkan noted that there are many local investors who have interest in establishing processing plants in the country. Shadow Minister of Health Dr. George Norton, speaking on the same issue, said his concerns surround the failure of central government to consult with the residents of the hinterland communities that are directly affected by the company's operations. He noted that residents in the communities are deeply concerned since traditional lands are being given out in the concessions. For the Evening News, I'm Alexis Rodney.
Head of the Presidential Secretariat, Dr. Roger Luncheon, has said there is need for clarity to be provided on the issues revolving around the operations of Bai Shan Lin.
Bai Shan Lin has been the subject of intense scrutiny by the opposition, the government, and the media in the last few months. Head of the Presidential Secretariat, Dr. Roger Luncheon, on Wednesday said that there is need for a clarification on the contentions surrounding the operations of the timber company. He said the government, the Forestry Commission, and Bai Shan Lin have integral roles to play in this respect. This comes after PPP's General Secretary Clement Rohi had urged that journalists conduct investigations into the reporting of Bai Shan Lin's operations by certain sections of the media. Rohi said it would appear as though there is a deep-rooted feud between the principals of Bai Shan Lin and the Kaieteur News. Reporting for the Evening News, Jomo Paul.
The Guyana Police Force will be looking to improve its service and strengthen its performance by increasing the complement of ranks. Here are the details.
Some 1,500 ranks will be added to the Guyana Police Force after the Ministry of Home Affairs was granted approval by Cabinet to increase its establishment. According to the Home Affairs Ministry, permission was given to increase the establishment from 3,410 to 4,956. The current establishment of the force has been in existence since 1977. The ministry said that this addition to the force's strength is necessary because of the additional functions the police has been performing over the years. These extra responsibilities have resulted in the force creating additional specialized units. Earlier this year, the force began training of its first batch of Special Weapons and Tactics SWAT ranks. The Home Affairs Ministry went on to say that with the development of new housing schemes and the expansion of economic activities across Guyana, particularly in the interior, the current strength of the force is inadequate to fill the existing and new police stations that are in the pipelines to be constructed. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manik-chan.
2 lucky Guyanese will be leaving Georgetown on Friday for the finals of the Limacol CPL to be held in St. Kitts this weekend.
The Play the Winning Shot promotion was launched before the commencement of the Limacol CPL tournament, and after over 4 weeks of exciting gameplay, 2 lucky Guyanese have been given the opportunity to witness the grand finals in St. Kitts on Saturday. Winner George Pals of Hyde Park Temeri and his guest Ritudio Ramlugam will enjoy an all-expense-paid trip to the Caribbean island. The package includes 2 airline tickets, accommodation at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort and the Royal Beach Casino, 2 tickets to the LCPL finals, and spending money. Brands manager of the Demerara Distillers Limited, Mariam Monroe, explained a little about the promotion.
Any 750 ml rum you bought, you are eligible to enter. You basically take the sticker off the bottle, put it onto a coupon or your receipt, drop it into entry box provided, and there you go, you enter the competition. We received over 2,000 entries and we were very happy about that.
Monroe disclosed that 30 consolation prizes were also giving out at the drawing on August 8. Pals expressed his excitement at the opportunity to travel to St. Kitts to see the finals. He said the win came as a surprise to him.
On Friday I got a call that I'm a winning person, but I didn't know what I win because I didn't really pay attention to the coupon. Until they called me back Saturday and they told me that I win the trip to St. Kitts. So I was very happy about that. Yes, I'm very excited to having this trip that I've won to go to St. Kitts to enjoy the cricket.
Pals will be joining 12 other winners from 6 Caribbean countries that the CPL games were played in. The promotion allows fans to experience the Caribbean's biggest party in sports with the world's best rum. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manik-chan.
A long-awaited move has been finally made with the government of Guyana moving to establish an investigative arm of the Police Complaints Authority. More details in this report.
Established under the Desmond Hoyt administration for more than 25 years, the Police Complaints Authority has been without an investigative arm. But today the wait has come to an end, with government indicating that a unit will be established to execute independent investigation on behalf of the Complaints Authority. The Home Affairs Ministry had reportedly championed the cause for such an establishment. This approval, which was granted by the Cabinet, will now result in the employment of 4 qualified investigators to conduct investigations on behalf of the authority independently of the Guyana Police Force. The Home Affairs Ministry recalled that the assignment of an investigative arm was among recommendations that arose from the Disciplined Service Commission report. Shani Singh for the Evening News.
More news ahead, stay tuned. We return with news from the region. Voters in the volcano-ravaged British Overseas Territory Montserrat will go to the polls on September 11 to elect a new government. Governor Adrian Davis announced Friday. He said nomination day will be on August 25 and that the Legislative Assembly has been dissolved. Internationally, some leaders of Iraq's Sunni Muslim minority have signaled that they may work with the new Prime Minister, a move which could strengthen Baghdad's hand. The mainly Shia Muslim government is locked in a fight with Islamic State, IS, an extreme Sunni group leading an insurrection in the north. Fighting has flared up in Anbar province, west of Baghdad, parts of which have been under militant control. The EU has condemned the IS atrocities and abuses against religious minorities. Time now for the bridge report. The Demerara Harbour Bridge is expected to be closed from 8:30 hours on Saturday, August 16, 2014 for a period of 1.5 hours. The Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed from 7:35 hours on Saturday, August 16, also for a period of 1.5 hours. Do stay tuned, this sports news is next. It's now time for sports. In the headlines, man of the match awarded for Limekol CPL revealed. Overseas athletes ready for Boys Jefford Classic. Alpha United ready for August 19 CONCACAF Clash and 8-ball pool competition set for Sunday. The sports news is brought to you with the kind compliments of Macorp.
We believe that everything worth building should be built just once. That is why we build on culture, on trust, on integrity. We exist to do more, better, faster, safer. Your success depends on the foundation it's built on. Everything we do is meant to move you forward. Macorp, let's build Guyana together.
We begin with cricket news. The Limekol Caribbean Premier League on Wednesday announced details of its Man of the Tournament prize, which will see the winner walking away with a piece of land in Beaumont Park, St. Kitts, worth over $400,000. Beaumont Park is a 350-acre property located on the slopes of a mountain with lush tropical vegetation in the northwest of the island, only 30 minutes from the international airport. This prize will see the winner take ownership of a piece of land in one of the most exclusive developments in the region, which includes 1- and 2-bedroom apartments as well, and 2- and 3-bedroom villas, and boasts unique amenities such as a racing track, polo club, spa, casino, a boutique hotel, and restaurants. The Boys Jefford Track and Field Classic has attracted some top international competition to face off against Guyana's local stars, and a few of the athletes had a word with this newscast. Tristan Joseph reports.
Some of the overseas competitions scheduled to compete at the Boys Jefford Track and Field Classic are confident ahead of the two-day event set for this weekend in Linden. Trinidadian Mark London, who will be making his third appearance at the event, is more than ready to compete against Guyana's best in the middle distance events.
It's always welcoming, a nice environment here in Guyana. Up at Linden, it's always a nice environment as well. Nice crowd at the games as well. This year I'm just looking to, go there, do my best, have a nice competition and, hopefully win.
Another Trinidadian, Tonya Nero, will be making her second appearance at the event and is also prepared to give of her best.
As I was saying, the 1500 meters is not really my kind of race. I'm more used to the distance running, but I've been training for the whole year and I just plan to go out and do my best. I don't know all of the girls who are running, so I don't know what to expect of them, but I just plan to go and do my best.
Meanwhile, overseas-based Guyanese Brunessa Thompson, who will be competing in Guyana for the first time in her young career, is booming with confidence ahead of the meet.
I expect them to put on a good show and to push me. And I know they wanted the competition from outside to come and help them run faster too. And I'm hoping I will push them also into running their PRs.
The Boys Jefford Track and Field Classic is Guyana's biggest and most lucrative track meet and will begin on Saturday from 1200 hours and on Sunday from 1400 hours at the Mackenzie Sports Club ground in Linden.
The Alpha United Football Club is upbeat heading into their clash with the Portland Timbers scheduled for August 19 at the Guyana National Stadium. Tristan Joseph filed this report.
At a press conference on Wednesday at the Watercress, coach of Alpha United, Wayne Dover, explained the main focus of the team heading into the game against the Portland Timbers.
So our approach to the game on Tuesday would be an offensive-minded approach because we have to ensure that we get 3 points from the game to keep our hopes alive. Anything less would be, being further down in the point standing, and it would be much more difficult to qualify.
president of the club, Odinga Lumumba, was highly annoyed with the lack of support the team has been receiving from corporate Guyana and the public.
Take me out of the equation, because you're not going to say that we're not doing it because of Lumumba. They ain't doing it for nobody. Do it for squash. Do it for tennis. Do it for boxing, basketball, anybody. Just do it. Ain't doing it for nobody. It's incredible. It's incredible. We got a nation of company corporations and can't help people with a dime. Something is wrong. Where is our nationalism?
However, Dover was optimistic of his team's chances against the American side.
We're very optimistic about getting a good result on Tuesday, because we reviewed the tapes and we saw a couple of mistakes that was made offensively, and we, as I said, our session are geared towards correcting those mistakes, and we're hoping that on the day we convert much more accurately.
Guyana will play their last home game on August 19th at the Guyana National Stadium before traveling to Honduras to start their away campaign.
Top pool players from across the country will assemble at Middle Pocket Arena at Lot 39, 4th Street, La Penitence on Sunday for the second annual Summer 8-Ball Pool Competition, starting at 15 hours. According to organizer Ravi Ramlal, a competitive day of pool is expected as a number of seasoned players and newcomers are expected to face each other. Cash and trophies will be at stake, and male players are required to pay an entrance fee of $1,000, while females will be admitted free. The day's activities are being sponsored by Ansa McCall Trading Limited, Middle Pocket Arena, Brian Erling, Skipper's Jewelry, Derek's Variety Store, Sunil Pool Bar, Andrews Electrical and Contracting Service, Sir Cordet Speedboat Service, the Coyote Mazruni, and Royal Food Products. The deadline for registration is 17 hours on Sunday. And that has brought us to the end of the evening news for today, Friday, August 15, 2014. Please remember to get a copy of tomorrow's edition of the Guyana Times for details of these stories and other news. I'm Ruben Stobie. Thanks for joining us.